phone game person, Sarah?
Yeah.
I've sort of given it up.
Yeah.
I don't do it much except for
I
the
had
New
to
York
delete
crossword.
them. I had to delete
Okay.
them. That's how bad my addictions were. I was addicted to this game called
Yeah.
Blocks.
Favorite.
That was like Sudoku, but with just blocks instead of numbers. And I was addicted to this game called Mining Tycoon, where you own a bunch of mines. And I had like
Cecil Rhodes Simulator.
Yeah, just the pure capitalism simulation.
Yeah.
Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today we are here with special guest, Canadian comedian Sarah London.
yay!
Oh, right. Wait, hold on. I haven't got used to doing this yet. There we go. There's your guest intro sound.
You don't need to say yay for yourself. We have
Wow.
recording on the
We've got
pod.
a canned audience to do it for you.
Sarah,
Wow.
what's up? Thank you for doing the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I think your intro song is a little long, to be honest. Just right off the top.
I think
Yeah.
I think previous guest last episode last week, Guy Madden said the same thing.
Right, experimental filmmaker, kind of
Auteur.
kind of a big deal
Yeah.
in the scene.
And so
Yeah.
it's
And
interesting.
if we didn't listen to his feedback, why would we listen to yours?
Yeah,
That's sort
and
of
also
Oh.
it's important to note that it's twice as long in the edit. It is important to know that the listeners have just listened to that twice as much.
So you
Here's
guys
what I'll
don't
say.
listen to women, and you like
Yeah.
wasting women's time. That's what I'm
That's
getting from
absurd.
this.
We've had almost 1 in 8 guests has been a woman. Like, we do such a
And
good
we're
job.
counting, which is
We're trying to bring that fraction down. What I'll say is, look, I absolutely, first of all, feedback is always welcome, and we're so open to like constructive criticism and like evolving the show, of course. What you might not realize though is that like the theme song is the only reprieve on the episode where they're not listening to us, hearing our opinions, like our bad jokes and like thoughts and things. So for many, the theme song is a highlight. Like if you track the like most listened to section of the episode on YouTube,
Yeah,
it's
you'll
always
see.
that first 30 seconds and then it kind of plateaus.
yeah. So people
Okay.
are really here for the theme song.
We're hoping to do an all theme song episode where we think we'll really pop off.
Wow. That actually
Should we try to
sounds
do a musical
perfect.
episode? Yeah. We should get a musical guest on and try and do a musical episode entirely.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nightmare. Sarah, what is new in your life? What's new with you?
Okay, well, I moved to Toronto recently, and then I immediately came back to Winnipeg to house sit for my parents in January. The day it went to -30, I arrived home.
That's good. So just to come back for the pure Winnipeg experience, because we had
Yeah.
a really great winter.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
That's what I
You
heard.
missed it.
But you guys, this is kind of my thing. Okay, my thing is kind of bringing terrible weather to new places. This summer, I
so
went
it's
to
your
Halifax.
fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had like major flooding the minute I got there.
Yeah.
I brought all the water, all the fire. I left
Oh.
them with fires before,
Is
like, I just bring the chaos.
Is
Wow.
that why they call it London fog? Because as soon as you come in, I can barely
Yes.
see the road. It's,
Yeah, they gave me that one. They were like, we don't want to name all the weather after you, but you can have this
But
one.
just this annoying, like slightly inconvenient but kind of cool weather occurence.
Has
If
there
you're
been
gonna
a
be named after a
Hurricane
weather
Sarah?
occurrence,
Has there been a Hurricane Sarah? Let's find out.
Hurricane Sarah, there must have.
That's what they call it when I get angry or something. Insert
Yeah,
joke
there we go.
here. I don't know.
Well, actually, this is no laughing matter because in 1959, on September 11th, no less, Typhoon Sarah was a destructive typhoon in Japan, the deadliest on record, killing 2,000 people, and you're laughing. Because to you, it's a fucking
because
joke.
it was my life's work. And then what else happened on 9/11?
Yeah.
You know, no
Yeah.
one's talking
can
about
feel-
it.
Typhoon Sarah's been forgotten.
You were
Yeah.
9/11 before 9/11 was cool,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, completely forgotten.
Wow.
Yeah. What a way to start off and introduce you to
Yeah.
our listeners. 9/11
Yeah.
before 9/11 was cool. So you just moved to Toronto. And did you, like, how long were you there for before you ran away? Back to
I was there about 6 weeks before I came home for the holidays, and then I was back for
Nice.
10
That really-
days. 10 days before I got back this time.
That's insane. You haven't been there for 3 months yet? That's
Yeah.
Well, I feel Winnipeggers, we have this like magnetic pull. It's very
Yeah, you do
hard
that
to leave
too.
Winnipeg. I come back all the time. I mean, speaking
Yeah.
of Guy Madden, a lot of his work is about that.
Mhm.
Sarah, are you feeling like you're going to be living in two places? Is this a freak event? You hoping to make Toronto the home?
I did really want to be like bi-coastal. I know that
Whoa.
neither of these places are on a coast.
Yeah,
But-
sort of.
There's a river in Winnipeg
Yeah.
and there's a lake in Toronto
You're
and
Bi-shoral, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, so like even in my Instagram bio, I was like Winnipeg and Toronto. I was like, I don't want
Yeah.
anyone to be like, oh, you're just from Toronto, because I think that's dumb. I want to be.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm a Winnipeg girl. Like I love it here, and I don't want to
You're repping
lose
it. I see.
that. Yeah.
I see. You're following a line of comedians, sort of, that I've seen and known kind of through the scene, kind of make their way up through Winnipeg and then be like, you know what, Toronto's the place, and they've kind of they've seemed to be forging a nice little space for themselves there. So
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. It's a cool space. I need to tell y'all about something.
Sure.
So
What a good transition, too.
Thomas, I'm gonna send you some images if you could pull them up for us,
Would love to.
because so my partner Kara, she's very sweet. And I don't know, do you folks, either of you, have like a mobile game sort of addiction or guilty pleasure that you kind of indulge in?
Yeah,
Yes.
for me it's called Instagram, because like building followers is a game to me. I'm posting stories, I'm liking old photos of people I met once and then unliking them out of fear that it will appear creepy.
Oh.
Brian.
Yeah. Okay, that is a game of sorts. It's
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
I
it's
did
not
that to your
great.
guys' account yesterday. I was looking through your
Oh.
feed and I liked and then immediately unliked a video for no reason other than to be a little mean.
Hey,
Just to
Well,
drive
look.
down my algorithm a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
just to give us that false dopamine rush, and then you're refreshing. I'm like, I swear I saw the notification, and there's nothing here. This is so.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah,
pulling
wow.
down
Yeah.
that part on my phone with the previews. Like, she did.
Yeah.
She did. I know.
It's the
I know.
easiest way to gaslight someone.
Yeah.
They're like, I swear.
I swear.
Wait, but are you a phone game person, Sarah?
Yeah.
I've sort of given it up.
Yeah.
I don't do it much, except for
I
the
had
New
to
York
delete them.
crossword.
I had to delete
Okay.
them. That's how bad my addictions were. I was addicted to this game
What was
called
your
Blocks
favorite?
that was like Sudoku, but with just blocks instead of numbers. And
Mm.
I was addicted to this game called Mining Tycoon, where you own a bunch of mines. And
Mm.
I had, like-
Cecil Rhodes Simulator.
Yeah, just the pure capitalism simulation.
yeah, I had so many mines. I had like gold mine, ruby mine, coal mine.
Holy.
but I
shit.
was like, I
Did
can't actually.
Did you get
I'm
the
not.
DLC that's like the exploitative labor package? And like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you could like pay to upgrade your people so they would work faster. Like you're not paying them. You're
Yeah.
paying
yeah, it's not
for
your
their
money.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a microtransaction. That's a microtransgression. And I should play a more progressive game. But Kevin, why do you bring this up?
Yeah, no, I bring it up. So
Get to the fucking point.
Yeah, I have one. I play Marvel Snap a lot. I talked about it like back on like some of our early episodes. I still play it a lot. It's like a card game. It's very simple, but I enjoy it. It's fun. But it's like an easy time suck when I don't want to do anything like before bed and I'm like high or something. Well, Kara has recently sort of gotten into this game called Project Makeover. And I don't know.
Sounds like one of the fake games that they advertise on Instagram that you're like, this can't be real.
Yeah, and you'd think so. And often those ads have like these weird, absurd premises that they put in front of you to deal with. And
like she's covered in mud, hose her off, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
Which is totally up Kara's alley, for the record. But no, but in Project Makeover, which like I'm not deriding the game at all. I think like all these games are kind of shitty.
All
in their
these
own
games are beautiful.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah. But like it's essentially like you play Bejeweled to earn points, and when you earn points, you can spend them on like upgrading like a person's outfit or house, and then that like you essentially the character that you play is like a makeover TV show host essentially, and you're going through making over their house and these people. Now, it's just like a regular game. There is like a weird narrative to like the campaign, quote unquote, of the game where you like move through things. But then there's these weird side quests that Kara just brought up. She was like, "Oh yeah," and then also, if you could bring up the first picture, it looks more like it's a cave. I believe,
I need
Thomas.
to sort of save it onto my laptop, but just walk us through it. I'll bring it up in a moment.
Essentially,
here.
because for the listeners at home. A portion of the game requires you to also make over. You find a caveman in a cave. He's like in an Ice Age style cave. There's ice like everywhere, and he's in a loincloth. And you have to make over his cave. Here he is. His name is Gerk. Gerk. And that's one of the side missions. Now, it's just a little fucked up, right? It's just a little fucked up. It's not explicitly clear what's entirely, like, because the whole game is kind of a weird premise, but this is weird. It's weird.
I feel like this is playing into like the women, like a woman's fantasy of being like, I can fix him. You're like, this man has nothing. And if you play Bejeweled, you can fix him.
Fix this man by giving him fire. Like
instead of emotional labor, you just get to play a game. This is the dream.
Wait,
I also think there's like there's like a primitivism thing where it's like, oh, he's so naive. He doesn't know like about patriarchy. He doesn't know how toxic our world is. So I can teach him, and he's like just curious. He wants to learn.
He's moldable. Yeah. So, and if you see, Kara, I told her she mentioned this to me the other day, and I told her I was probably going to talk about it on the show because he looks so sad. Really like he really does look pathetic. And so before I started recording today, she sent me, and they call him Gerk the Neanderthal. I might add.
Sure. That's what I call it when I have to. Anyway, go on.
She said helping Gerk the Neanderthal find his way in the modern world.
Sure.
And she sent me an updated picture of kind of Gerk's new digs and situation.
Do you want me to pull that up?
If you wouldn't mind. Yeah, I think it's important that we all see that as well.
Okay, here he is.
Yeah.
When everything works out for old Gerk.
Yeah, I will say he doesn't look much happier.
Yeah, who really wanted this? Was it Gerk?
What does the person say? It says,
"But don't despair, you will find your place in this world again, Gerk."
He's got a mirror now. He's got a little hat rack. Like he has all these clothes.
He's been made over. They just like brought in IKEA furniture into his cave.
He has all these clothes, but he's not wearing any of them.
Yeah, this is not going to help him get a job. He only has t-shirts.
Yeah.
He's going to keep the loincloth, but he'll wear like a fedora and a t-shirt.
Well, he's almost well dressed. So anyway, that's what's sort of been on my mind lately, and what I've been thinking about. But that's been great.
Do you feel at all like you're being made over kind of in real time? Like she's going Gerk mode on you, kind of Gerking you.
I beg you to not call it going Gerk mode on me again. But
She's Gerk maxing. She's Gerk pilled.
Gerk, Jesus Christ. No, I mean, in a way, I mean, she moved into the house with 3 cats. That really changed my life. I never used to like do like she's all big. Like the reason I have like any kind of sense of curly hair is from Kara.
Gerk does look a little like you, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's almost doing blackface, which is
is he?
Well, he's got some makeup on his face.
He looks like he was just burned to a crisp from not having sunscreen.
Yeah. Or he
He's dying of
discovered fire
exposure.
like too recently, you know?
Yeah.
But
or he's just never
he
washed.
and I do share sort of.
Right.
Yeah, we have a similar physique. I'm kind of jacked like he is.
Yeah, you're both.
Right. Yes, we all believe that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Sarah.
it's so cool.
Yeah, thank you. But Thomas, what's up
as
with you,
for
man?
me, I am not long for this world.
What?
I got the old Fauci ouchie this week.
You got the vaccine.
Got the boost. Got flu shot and COVID shot, and I could hear the kind of Walgreens pharmacist like whispering a prayer as he put it in my arm because he knew this would be the last time we'd meet.
And do you have a connection with your Walgreens pharmacist that
no,
would need to pray over you?
But like he was like, on the eve of your 3rd shot, I will send someone to murder you.
Yeah. He just, you could tell it's like when you take a life, you know, you have to say your prayers, and he was doing that, and he didn't give me a sucker after as well, but he did make me a sucker. I was a sucker that day.
Right. How are you feeling? Are you feeling any ramifications from the shot?
I feel good. You know, it's nice to kind of say goodbye to this corporal form that I've lived with so long, and kind of
have you ever had an extreme reaction to you? This is what, your 4th shot?
Yeah, well, it's the absence of the reaction that scares me the most. It's the lack of feeling.
You think it's sort of building
because
up?
death is not necessary. You don't go out with a bang. You go out with a little whimper, and it feels that that's coming for me soon. So yeah, 4 shots. That's almost as many as 50 Cent, and he survived, but I may not.
Right. You think that you're going to have like a real rap career after you get 9
I
vaccines.
think I'm going to have a career of people rapping at the door, namely the Grim Reaper is going to be rapping at my chamber door, Edgar Allan Poe style.
It's crazy that you've had so many vaccines and you espouse so much doubt for it. This is going to get us TOS'd on YouTube for sure as well.
What I'm aiming for is to prove them wrong. Eventually, one of these bad boys is going to kill me, and then I'll show you, liberals.
Right. Okay.
This is the
you
type
have such
of
a confusing stance on being vaccinated.
I don't.
You're
think
like,
so.
I want all of them, but I think they're gonna kill me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What have you ever thought about this? Life sucks. I'm done with it.
Thomas,
I want to have those weird, exaggerated seizures that you see on like clearly fake videos on X. People are like, I got the vaccine, look at me now, and they're like, they're doing the Harlem Shake or whatever.
So you want attention? Is this all about
sorry.
you?
I mean, more or less. That's kind of our brand.
Yeah,
that's kind of our brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing I could never get growing up.
Attention?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
kind of makes you think.
No, it doesn't. Do you want to spin the wheel, Thomas, for a warm-up segment?
Let's do a segment. Why not? Before I shuffle off this mortal coil,
you're not going to die, man.
We're going to do segment 54, Iconic. Participants must pitch a new emoji they wish was standard.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Are you a big emoji person, Sarah?
I've started to become one because I text. Okay. I used to text really angry all the time by accident, and everyone thought I was mad at them all the time. Yeah, so it sounds. So I'll be like, no, but I do all little letters. Wait, what is it called? Not capitals?
No caps.
No
I don't
caps?
know, yeah.
I do no caps, and I'm very straightforward. I'm like, okay, see you there. I'm like, what time? I'm like,
what's
I
the
hate you.
punctuation use?
Yeah.
Do you use a period at the end of the sentence, or you leave it hanging?
I usually leave it hanging, and now
That's
I add
good.
smiley face, stars, etc. Hearts.
Okay. You're
So it'll be like,
contributing.
I hate you, comet emoji. And it's like, what does that mean?
Do you guys want to check in on like what the most frequently used emojis are in our texts?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a fun one.
So like I'm gonna try and put mine up to the screen here. Thomas,
Yeah.
you might struggle with your virtual background, but
Sure.
with my yeah, so like mine are right there. So it looks like the okay hand sign is one I use more than anything else. Which sort of sucks because I even have I used to wear a gold chain with that hand sign on it, but it's been sort of co-opted by the white power movement, which really is too bad. Yeah, but then you can see also I've got the heart and the hand heart, and then there's the thinking curious face, and then also the crying smiling face is surprisingly
like that
frequently
one.
used for me. Yeah, so yeah, those are.
I feel like I learned a lot about you from just looking at that. Like you've obviously recently texted someone happy birthday because there's the birthday cake emoji, and there's a little smoke puff. So I'm assuming weed is part of your.
Some of it is. Yeah.
Life.
I also own a couple restaurants, so I post a lot for the restaurants. So there's like chicken in there and like waffles and ice cream. And I do love all of those things. So I guess honestly, that's fine. Yeah, that can be pretty representative of me.
One of my frequently used, I don't think I've ever used, and it's the Wi-Fi signal. Like, why is that in? You can't see.
You gotta fix your shit.
You can't see.
This is fucking ridiculous.
But we believe you, because why would you lie about that?
Why would I lie about that? I've got the number one most used is the sort of smirk one, like the kind of like. Like if you're doing a little innuendo. I use the music notes a lot. I use the eye roll. I use the fingers crossed and the heart, but I also have a Christmas tree in here, which
I also have a Christmas tree.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
so you guys are celebrating some of the Christian
I don't know.
holidays.
I guess
Keeping the tree in Christmas.
I don't even celebrate Christmas, but maybe I was wishing people Merry Christmas this year.
Yeah. I mean, did you post or comment with an emoji? I feel like that's when I use them a lot.
Wait, I can't hear anything.
Oh no.
I can.
Actually.
I can hear. Oh, that's better. Yeah.
It's usually better.
It's a segment. The segment is me doing podcast with no sound.
Yeah.
There is, I think, in the wheel that one of us has to leave the show for like a segment.
Or like,
I think that's in the wheel.
Yeah. So when we think about like new emojis, I mean, obviously I want the real gun back. I miss the gun emoji. They changed it to a little water pistol.
Right.
But beyond that, like, is there a feeling, a thing that you'd like to express or that you express often that's like a complicated emotion that you think an emoji could maybe capture?
I don't know that there's one that quite evokes a sense of playful shame. Like there's one that's like, oh, I'm ashamed, but like, like the eyes down, the sad one. But I feel like there's not like a little coy sad one. The one that's like when you're sort of being shamed, like sort of like, oh, I'm sorry, like, like that. I feel like that's not quite one that's there. I mean, I guess that can be just in the tone of the message, though. You don't necessarily need an emoji for that.
No, because we're going to stop using words soon, and so we should have enough emojis for every emotion.
Nuance,
yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, nuance should be key. Yeah.
I feel like that would be all about the hand placement. Like if the hands of the emoji were on top of its forehead.
Yeah.
I feel like that could work.
We'll end up becoming like a society that just like talks to each other this way. So we'll just like, hands up, hands down. Like that'll be our way of being. That one. Yeah.
I
kind of want an emoji that lets someone know, like almost a secret code emoji that's like, I'm saying this, but like be discreet about it, but it doesn't look, because sometimes you're like texting like, for example, earlier in the
Oh.
podcast, I texted Sarah, like, Kevin looks goofy as fuck, doesn't he?
What?
And she, like, texted me back, yeah, like, for real. And, like, really didn't want me to see that when she lifted up her recent
goofy as
emojis.
fuck.
And so, like, if there was a face that was sort of, like, not the shush, but, like, the everyone knows it means shush.
Like, I guess
Like,
so you're
Yeah.
talking
maybe like a
incognito
No,
style face. Or
I
something.
agree.
Yeah.
It's like when I sent you a voice message while we were recording, and I was like, Kevin
Yeah.
looks like he just jumped out of a freaking garbage truck and then got mauled over
Yeah.
by a pack of geese. And then
Yeah,
I wish I would
yeah.
have been able to follow it up with something like a little, like,
Pack of-
I don't know, just something to really hammer home the point.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
like,
It felt like
there's
it was
the
missing
two-
that.
Yeah, it's like we have puking
you guys-
emojis, but it's not enough.
Yeah. You
So-
called him Oscar the Gooch, and I thought that
Yeah.
was really clever, but
to be clear, you guys were hoping that these messages would be more secretive?
well, at least at the time, we wanted to sort of
Because you
coordinate
kind of
a
came on
a
air and then
reveal.
just said it in front of me.
Right, but it was kind of
wow.
a fun moment for us to have like, a little
Yeah.
side chat where we get to express ourselves
Yeah.
freely.
Yeah.
And then we just, but anything we would
Yeah.
say behind your back, we would say to your face
Mhm.
because we're good
Right.
people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I
And-
wanted you to do that.
Well, let's just be thorough and say all the things that we said. So yeah, I was like, he's like a dumpy motherfucker in the sense that, you go digging through the dump and like under the banana peels and the old like broken microwaves, you find him and you're like, he's not good enough to take home. Let's leave him
Yeah.
in the pile.
And
That
I
was
said, I
pretty
think
funny.
I remember a deleted scene from the movie WALL-E where WALL-E was clearing all the trash out of
Yes.
Earth. And then he
Yeah.
found a cube that had bits of Kevin in it and was like, I don't even
Yeah.
want it. And he just like, he
WALL-E
wouldn't even
just
put it
said-
in his pile.
I don't
WALL-E
even
did not want you.
You said that the humans in WALL-E were based on Kevin now, like the sort of
Yeah, I just felt like everything about WALL-E kind of like screamed like
yeah.
you.
it was sort of a cautionary tale to society to not
Mhm.
become like Kevin. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought the moral of that
That's
film
sort of what I was thinking when I
was.
watched WALL-E as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
Also, I
met
think
you,
Guy
Sarah.
Madden agrees with us. Actually,
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
my
We're
God.
in a-
filmmaker.
We're in a
Yeah,
group chat with guys, so
You're in a group chat
Yeah.
with Guy?
yeah. We mostly
He
talk
says
about like
I'm
you
like
and
a-
Wally.
well,
He
well actually,
trashes
yeah,
me and Pixar's Wall-E.
he's doing that new movie with Kate Blanchett. So Kate joined the chat, and
No.
she was like, I'm doing it. I want to like come up with like I'm gonna
Yeah.
maybe do a sequel to Tar. So like, what's like the worst person you know, so I can sort
Oh.
of do character work.
Right.
And so we sent Kate like your LinkedIn and everything.
My
and she was-
LinkedIn? I
she
haven't
was
updated that in a
laughing
long
so
time.
hard.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
she
still
was- it
relevant
was
from
so
when I was like a
sweet.
financial advisor. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was She said "Roffle waffle." Actually,
What?
was
Yeah, she said the
Blanchett?
laugh cry emoji like 7 times, and then she also said it was the best day of her life.
Yeah, she said this is better
Whoa.
than the Oscars. She
Oh
said,
my
Yeah.
God. That
and
can't...
because you're Oscar the Gooch.
Enough!
And I
Okay! Enough! About Kate
Okay,
Blanchett hating on me. All right?
Hey, let's
This is
just,
fucked.
let's cool off.
Yeah,
is
Take a
fucked.
calm
little
down.
break.
You brought her a lot of joy, so actually you should be happy right
Yeah.
now. This is a really weird
It was-
reaction.
After all she's been through, that you would be so selfish as to want to take that away. Like that sucks
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, we have to share the joy. We really
Let's take
do.
a break. Let's
Yeah.
listen to an ad. We'll be right back.
Can't believe this.
Webster's Dictionary defines podcast as a domesticated odd-toed hoofed mammal with a great affinity for oats.
That's a horse.
Right.
But we are a podcast, and we're called Roommate Lovers.
We do advice questions, things like, why is my roommate using my toothbrush?
How do I flirt without being creepy?
And why did you use my toothbrush?
I told you I couldn't find mine.
Gross.
We live together, and we are together, which is why the show is called Roommate Lovers. Get it?
Find new episodes of Roommate Lovers on Mondays, wherever you podcast.
Now that's a podcast of a different color.
I mean horse?
Yarp.
barely answered the question of the last segment, but that's okay.
That's right. That's right. Well, quickly, is there an emoji? Does anyone have an emoji quickly that they're like, this is what
Rubber
we have to warm
duck.
up for this photo?
I could not
Rubber
believe
duck.
there was
There's
not a rubber duck.
emoji?
Yeah.
That is
wild.
shocking. That is
I know.
shocking. That should be changed.
It's
That
just
should
one
be
that
changed.
should be there. That's it.
Yeah. Oh,
Not
but they
even
have
funny.
chains.
Serious.
They do have chains. So don't worry. They don't have a
good.
rubber duck, but they have
Yeah.
chains. So that's
Yes.
good.
I kind of want to. I miss my mommy emoji, like a homesick emoji.
Homesick.
So like you're like, yeah, can't wait for the sleepover, and then you drop the homesick emoji, like, but I'm scared. That's kind of a
Yeah.
fun one.
Well, how many sleepovers are you going to these days, T?
Not a ton, not many. Yeah,
Oh.
pretty much.
Is it to
zero.
do with your personality or your age? Both, probably.
Well, let's not decide just yet. Let's think about it.
Because yeah,
I'm 30.
You're 3?
I'm 30.
that's also what I heard. But I think you said you're not 30. You're
I'm
30.
also
Aren't you
not
33?
You look so
yeah,
bad
you're 33,
for
aren't
3.
you?
I'm 32.
32.
You piece of
Right.
shit. How dare you?
I'm 33.
I'm young
33.
and I'm youthful for my age. But yes,
Yeah.
I'm 30. I'm 32, and my personality is a 3.
Oh, I see. That is
Yeah.
actually pretty
Yeah.
fair. That
Yeah,
is
most
pretty
people
fair.
that get into a real sleepover need to be like between the ages of 8 and 12, and their personality's got to be a 10. That's what I've been
Yeah.
hearing.
That is. Yeah, that's the word on the street. The threshold has gone
She a
up.
10, but she between 8 and 12.
Oh, God, Thomas.
No.
I'm going to clip that and ruin your life. You're over now, dude. You're over.
I meant for sleepover assessment. That had nothing to do with appearance
got
at
him.
all.
We got it.
Sarah, do you have a segment for us?
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay.
Does it have a title?
Yeah, it's called Normal Good Job Interview.
You say normal
And-
job interview?
It's a normal, yes. Welcome to Sarah London's first ever segment, Normal Job Interview. So I was thinking a lot about how I have to do job interviews. You know, I'm always being interviewed, but I don't know if I'll ever get to interview anyone. And so I
Okay.
just wanted the opportunity. So I thought we could do like
Absolutely.
a group interview where you guys
Sure.
are both ready. You want this job. And I thought the only person I know who's ever had to do a group interview is my friend from high school who worked at Victoria's Secret. So I thought maybe you're applying for a job at Victoria's Secret at the mall.
Sure.
And
Sure.
you really want the job, and I'm going to
Okay.
interview you.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
love
good. This is
this.
good because I don't get to be interviewed. I own
Kevin's
a
a
couple restaurants. I do a lot of
Yeah.
hiring. So I don't actually now these days. I used to do job interviews. I used to.
Mhm.
So this is great. This is awesome. So thank you for the
That's so
opportunity.
good. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you for
you're welcome.
meeting with me on such short notice.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. When the big guys upstairs said we need more old men in the store, I was like, then let's hire them.
Well,
Let's hire them.
That's
Great.
funny. I am 30 though, just so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I'm not that old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
He's not.
okay.
He's lying about his age, I think.
But it's
No,
illegal
that's-
to ask me how old I am.
Yeah, but that's the right age for the old age we're looking for. So
right.
Okay.
The break.
that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Great.
first question is describe yourself in 3 nouns.
Hmm.
You know, sponge.
Mm.
So I'm like, do I have to explain why, or should I just use the nouns?
That is not up for me to say. You need to be able to make your own choices
Wow.
at this job. So
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I just like to
That's-
think I'm adaptable. I can sort of fit into different
Sure.
spaces. I'm sort of porous that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that one for my first one, Thomas. If you want to do one.
No, do all 3, I think.
Okay.
I'll go in.
I'm
yeah,
gonna say
could you
sponge.
please
I'm gonna
listen to the instructions?
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sponge. Brick.
Unbelievable.
Because
Sorry.
I'm sort of foundational. You know, I feel like any team I'm on, I'm like the kind of
Mhm.
core. I'm like the building block.
Yeah.
You know, Frankfurter, because I taste pretty good when
Okay, don't be
combined with
creepy.
other
Don't be
ingredients.
creepy. You're working at a
sorry.
store, and there's going to be a lot of young teenage
I
women.
meant I have good taste. I have good taste. Not
Yes.
yeah. I have good taste when combined with other ingredients or people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you will be working alone sometimes, just so you know. You'll be working alone
Okay.
as well.
I can do that. That's cool. I can do that.
Okay,
That's fine.
anyway. And Thomas, your
so
three
for
nouns.
Me, silk robe, bra, thong. Those are kind
Wow.
of the three that I feel really, yeah.
What?
It's like you read our interview guide that's
No,
available on
sure.
Reddit.
Right?
Wow.
No way.
Amazing.
I live and I breathe this stuff. Like, to me, it's
That's not good to say.
it's a
That you
secret.
Breathe in
Yeah.
silk bras.
Wow.
It's
no,
our
I'm
little
so,
secret now.
You're already so good. I feel as happy as Kate
you.
Blanchett did when she read the certain text that she got. This is amazing.
Oh, I heard
Sucks.
about that as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mean to get
And-
mad at the interview.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah.
it wasn't supposed
Okay.
to.
I just want to say, I know you're leading the interview. I just want to say, I feel a little bit unsafe with this guy. Like,
Yes.
it's just that right now I'm feeling a little bit like there's,
say
I don't
that.
know. There's like a tension in the
And-
room, and it's getting me in my head. It's fine. I can finish it, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to acknowledge
No,
that.
thank you for telling me your feelings. I appreciate it. So maybe
I
what
think
I'll
that-
do is, Kevin,
think-
maybe you answer this question. What is your worst quality? What is your least
My
redeeming
worst
quality?
What?
Mhm.
I mean, okay. Could I just tell you my feelings for a second? I just
You
feel
have
like I'm
3
being kinda-
seconds. Go. 3,
I'm being kind of sabotaged right now.
one.
It feels like a little
okay,
bit.
that's an thank you.
Mm.
My worst quality is, I guess, I don't know, that I try sometimes when I focus on a task, I can be like sort of too diligently focused on it, tunnel vision in on just the task, and I can kind of shut out the world around me, and that can be a little bit detrimental to the things that are happening.
Excuse me, I've seen that TikTok video. I know that hack. That is a fake answer. Fake. Fake like this, like
You
the
mean
fabric
fake?
we used to make our panties.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So
so,
Thomas,
I'm
what is
sorry.
your most redeeming quality? What is your best
My
quality?
best quality. Wow.
How?
That's so interesting. To me, it's that I'm a human being,
Come on!
right? And isn't that true for kind of all of us? Like,
Oh my
that
god!
underneath it all, the achievements, the resume, we're just flesh and blood
No.
with a soul swimming around
Yeah.
in there.
Wow, sorry, I'm like crying because I've never
That's
heard such a beautiful and eloquent answer to
Sure.
a
I can't
question
believe she's in
before.
tears right now.
Yeah.
I'm literally crying.
That's
This is
awesome.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Holy
Thank
shit!
you so much for sharing.
Um,
Okay, so why don't we finish off by me just saying, Kevin, is there anything else you think I should know about you?
Yeah.
Any concerns you have about your ability or your inability to do this
Yeah.
job?
ability. I really need this. Things have been kind of tough for me lately, and so I really think that I'm kind of in a position to really throw myself into working here, being a part of something.
Sorry, we're not violent here. We do not throw. We do not throw ourselves.
I didn't
into
mean
work.
like violent. Sorry, I didn't mean like violent throw. I just meant like I put my all. I give my all.
Okay,
into
okay,
these
sorry.
things.
And we also commit to what we say here. We commit.
Mm.
Okay, so if we say we're throwing
Yeah.
ourselves into
Could I,
it.
could,
So-
I, could I get like a life preserver to swim through all these crocodile tears?
Oh my
Oh my god. They're so funny. We love
thank
people
you.
that are funny at Victoria's Secret. We love a funny man.
Sure.
Okay. I'm trying to be honest with you folks here, and I can be funny too. I make jokes sometimes, and people.
Okay,
think
that's what
that-
people who aren't funny usually tell people that they
Yeah.
are. They usually have to say, "Oh, I'm funny," and
You
we just
are-
like a
you
natural.
are a fucking joke.
Yeah,
You are a fucking joke.
that's a great way to put it, Thomas. That's an
What?
excellent way to put it.
Just I'm a fucking joke.
You're a fucking joke to me. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's yes. We can call you Joke. Just kidding. We're not going to hire you probably. But if we do, that could be your nickname.
Yeah.
This sucks. So I'm not going to get the job, I guess, obviously.
Well,
Obviously.
hey, stop coming to conclusions like that. It's so aggravating.
Okay,
Thomas,
I'm sorry.
One more question for you.
Yes.
How happy on a scale of 1 to 10 will you be when I give you the job?
What's the number for when can I start? I mean, I'm in.
You're in.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is like
You're in.
I feel like I'm watching. Did you two know each other before this? Do you guys have like
It feels that way to me too. Like there's such a connection. Like coming into the room, did you feel that?
Yeah, I just felt like, a kindred spirit. We're both Victoria's Secret angels at heart, and that is the energy that you need in this store. And Kevin, when you walked in, I kind of felt like you were like a little goblin from hell. Just kind of like dragging yourself
a little
into
goblin
the
from hell?
Yeah, like the opposite of a Victoria's Secret angel. A tiny little goblin
Oh my
from
God.
hell.
Yeah.
I don't believe this. I can't. This seems wrong. This is unethical. No one can treat someone like this in a job interview, right? This is
I'm sorry.
cruel.
I thought your generation valued honesty. I thought your old generation
did you
really
want
valued
generation.
honesty.
Yeah.
I'm 34. I'm 33.
Okay,
Yeah.
you didn't have to tell me that. It's not relevant. Actually,
Yeah,
your
it's
age is
actually
not
illegal
relevant.
for her to know our age. So
Yeah, you're trying to get me in
her
trouble.
No,
arrested.
the age.
You're
is
trying to
just
get me
illegal for
arrested.
her to have.
The police are right outside because we're not
The
supposed to
police?
have men in the Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
What?
We're not supposed
This
to
is
have old men
crazy.
in the Victoria's Secret.
Mm-hmm.
This is nuts. He's
Book 'em, girls.
No way! No.
Yeah, go. Well,
And scene.
and scene.
I guess. Those
Thank you. Thank you for
got
doing
me
that.
arrested. That was insane.
That was awesome for me.
It was.
I
bad
felt like
for me.
because I was expecting it to be kind of like more comedic, but I love how real you played it. Like
What?
it felt like if Kevin and I were really in a job interview, like
Yeah.
what that would feel like,
What-
That's
Thomas,
like my
wait a minute.
style of improv. It's like I can't really fake it, Like I need to be so
Yeah.
real. Like I need to be.
I
It needs to
know.
feel natural and like in the moment and like
I mean,
something
we were
that
doing
actually
bits though, right?
happened.
Sure. Yeah.
Because like we don't really like know each other. You guys aren't really like
well,
texting.
we
about
don't know
me
each
and
other
stuff.
that
like,
well, but like
like-
it's felt even just in like this short episode, like there is just this understanding, like this kind of flow. And to me, like podcasting is a lot like music. Like I'm the treble, you're the bass clef, Sarah, and Kevin is kind of like the rest. You know what I
The
mean?
rest?
Like
Yeah.
the absence.
Yeah.
Of
Do you mean like the
sound.
other stuff in the music, or
No, like the absence
No.
of sound, like a full rest that sort of fills up a whole
Come
bar.
on.
But
Yeah,
there's
or like
nothing
before the
there.
music starts, or after it ends,
Sometimes
there's like silence because
feels
they don't
like-
cut it properly. So there's a little bit they should have
Right.
cut off, but they didn't. So it's
Yeah.
just quiet.
Like
Do
a
you know that?
metronome lead in is kind of when I think of Kevin, there's like a tick,
You guys
tick,
think of me
tick.
as like an engineering glitch, like
Yeah.
I'm like
That's
the audio.
great. You're so smart. That's a great way to put it. That's
Yeah, well,
awesome.
Well, thank you for the compliment, mired in. You said I'm smart.
Uh,
That was
yeah, in that moment.
Mhm.
In that
By
moment,
contrast, that was
contrast.
really smart.
fuck. Don't like make it so.
yes. It's
isolated,
easier to
'cause then it
notice,
feels
like when someone's so dumb all the time and they do something
Oh.
smart. It's like
Mm.
it shines, right? Like
Yeah.
that tiny moment.
Yeah.
That's
right.
special. You
Right.
should
So-
remember this.
That does make sense.
Yeah, we should probably do it. He's flatline. Kevin, he's hooked up to a monitor the whole podcast.
And my work
We
here
finally
is
took him out.
done.
You killed me.
And I'm the one with 4 vaccines, and I'm still here. God damn it! Well,
Oh my gosh.
let's do an audience segment to close out the app.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of laughs here, but it wouldn't be a true episode without one of our friends. So we're gonna do from Char as Nabel.
I think that's Luke, right?
It's probably Luke Cecilon across the podcast verse. in an alternate reality, what does this podcast look like? What versions of you are out there doing what other types of podcasts?
Okay. Okay.
Wow. Like
So
infinite
do we
universes,
talk about it and
infinite
then we
possibilities,
pretend
Yeah.
to be it?
What's your
Oh.
podcast experience? Is this like are you doing lots? Are you doing few? Are you doing many? Or what is this a new experience for you? Is this one old hat? Where are you at in your podcast experience?
I have done some,
Some.
and many
Great
of them
answer.
hopefully to never be listened to by a single
Sure.
person.
Sure.
Sure. But yeah, small.
So, small.
Mhm.
Just
Small.
like a cute
So,
little tiny amount. Like
Yeah.
really cute tiny
in
amount.
like what do you have like is there like I wish I was like on I wish I was like an expert on something that I would like be able to talk about a lot?
Yes. Maybe if I could have a true crime podcast, but where I was the murderer and
Okay.
I was able to
Oh my
talk
gosh.
freely on my podcast about my work.
Right.
I think that would be good.
Because you're sort of kept sort of censored.
Would you be
to try and do
using
that.
like an anonymous sort of voice modifier, but it's like the killer revealing the next location of the body to her listeners?
I think what I would do is I would like stockpile episodes so that I could just post them all after the fact,
Oh.
after the murder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does that,
Yeah.
so that I don't have to disguise anything, so
Yeah.
that I can
And would
just
you-
be myself.
Yeah.
Would you secretly want to be caught, do you think, at the end? Or are you just toying with the authorities?
No, I just kind of want it as an excuse to like have a podcast so that
Okay,
other
got
people will put me on their podcast.
So
And
you want to maintain a podcast career outside of these events afterwards?
yes,
I see.
Cool.
I want to be like Trisha Paytas. I want to
Right.
be famous for no reason other
Having some
than
internet.
having internet fame.
Yeah.
So actually, we can get rid of the murder stuff. I just
Yeah. There's some internet glitching going on here, so there's going to be some weird latency, but we hear you.
I think the government might be trying to silence you again.
Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah,
probably my
it's
lawyer.
like,
probably
this
my
idea
lawyer
is
is like,
too good.
stop talking about it.
Your lawyer's yanking on
Yeah.
your internet cable right now.
Yeah.
Come on!
It's like we talked about this.
Don't tell them you're going to
Yeah.
release the podcast about the murders.
Yeah.
Your
Hosted
lawyer
by-
is the penguin? What was that voice?
I don't know.
My lawyer is an actor.
I will
He's
say
an
there's an
actor.
alternate universe where we stole Jake and Amir's podcast.
That's
I
true.
have to tell
Sarah,
you
you
that
might not know this and we talk
No,
about
I know
it too
this.
much, but Jake
I
and
know
Amir...
this.
Yeah. She's
I'm a
aware.
huge Jake and Amir
Okay.
fan.
Oh.
I was so into Jake and Amir when I was younger. I listened to If I Were You for a while until I got tired of listening to men speak. And
Fair
I
enough.
heard about the whole thing that they have a new
Uh-oh.
segments podcast and that you
Yeah.
have segments.
So they
Yours
kind of
is
stole
also
our
segments.
show. They kind of stole our show. It was like
That's very funny.
Oops, all segments.
That's good. That's a really good name for a show. We should low key steal that.
Right.
So yeah, there's a universe out there somewhere where we're the hotshot kind
we
of
own
podcast
Headgum.
gurus.
Yeah.
And we're married.
And
and-
we're men that you're tired of listening to.
Yeah. Imagine a world where
Well,
you're
that's not
tired
an
of listening
exclusive
to us.
category. We can all be involved.
Oh,
We can.
so we could still kind of get there
We
pretty
can-
easily, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, if we're in an alternate universe and we're doing Jake and Amir's podcast, then
Yeah.
that would be like the coolest thing that had ever happened to me in my life.
Right. And maybe we have you on because you're the serial killer.
Mhm.
And we're like, we're like trying to get, you're like a new podcast on Headgum. We've like
Yeah.
brought you over to our network. The serial killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas, in the Jake, I know when we did our fake If I Were You, I did the Amir and you did the Jake.
Yeah.
Which one of us is more like the other one?
I think I'm actually more like Amir and you're a little more like Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that based off of the last 45 minutes.
I think that's true. I think I physically look a little bit more like Amir and you look a little bit more like Jake, but that's just like...
I mean, you're a little bit... You have a bit of the Amir, like, business brain, maybe.
Yeah, I'm a bit
and
more
I have a bit more
producery.
of the, like, Jake poetry shit and stuff.
Yeah.
But in terms of our, like, personal lives, I feel like I'm more like Amir.
I had a much larger party phase that was much more extensive, and yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and as for me, I feel like I am more like Jake, mostly, especially when he's like trying to be cool, and when he is cool, when he's being cool. And I'm more like Amir, or I'm like Amir in the sense that I am
successfully cool,
smart and successful, and have brown hair. To me, Jake is blonde. That's neither here nor there.
You're really great at the positive self-talk, which I respect.
Yeah, you're cool and smart.
I respect it a lot. I feel like if there was another show like that we had that was on the air, I think it would be a really bad politically focused show. I feel like there's like a show where we're just really depressed, like sort of like a sad version of Chapo Trap House,
where we're just summarizing stuff we heard on other podcasts but less well. And like we're angry but inarticulate, we're clearly uninformed. We vaguely know what's going on, but like not enough to really have a conversation about it.
It's just if we took ourselves seriously and didn't think of ourselves as funny people, that's what this show would be, I think.
That sounds awful.
It does. It does sound.
I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast, for kind of.
And I appreciate you doing so many like obviously like very funny, jokey bits about how much you don't like me. Like we're close to the end of the show now, so you could we can pull back the veil and we don't have to.
No, that's okay. We can leave it.
As for me, I just really admire your sincerity and like the amount of truth telling that you brought to the show, because we do a lot of bits here, but ultimately, it is about like things that are very real. So I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, and I appreciate you giving me the space for that, because that is also like my comedic style. It's like I'm being honest, I'm telling the truth. Like nothing I'm saying is a lie. It's all how I really feel. And I love how comfortable I felt to express that today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have anything to plug?
I'm starting a new hate group for Kevin. It's called
hate group.
This is really interesting to me.
I've been podcasting for years, and I've never had a fan club, but I'm gonna have a fucking hate group.
Yeah, we're gonna organize some little, maybe some little sit-ins near your house or something.
My house?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Well, I had one of my business associates was on a work call with your girlfriend, Kara. So I think we've actually figured out the time and place and like the logistics and snacks for doing the sit-in. So that's step one.
She's helping with the sit-in, my partner?
Yeah.
Fuck. This can't happen.
No, she's been amazing and so helpful. So I don't know why don't be weird. Be grateful.
A hate group. It's hard to imagine. Is she Gerking me right now?
You are absolute Gerk, Kevin.
Yeah.
Gerk Mode right now. This is fun.
No, it's fun.
Sarah,
I think you meant to say fun.
I know this might be hard for you, Sarah, but if you can, pull out your phone and rate us 5 stars on the podcast app. And if you're listening and do the same thing, that would be absolutely amazing. We're Oops All Segments, wherever you get your podcast.
Yes.
You can also follow the other show Kevin and I do called What We Do in the Basement. It's a D&D podcast with some funny folks. And this is coming out in a couple weeks. I don't have anything to plug. Do you, Kevin?
So we're looking at, this is going to come out on the 29th of January. So I will have just done an improv show that people will have not seen. So, well, they might have seen the show, but it doesn't matter now. And I know for a fact that Club Soda's got going to be participating in an improv show at the Gas Station Arts Center on February 17th. So if you're in Winnipeg, looking for something to do just after Valentine's Day, you can do that. And if you really want to get Manitoban with it, Quinn and Mo, guests of the show, have a wedding social on February 24th that I'm selling tickets for. So DM the page. I'm gonna use this podcast to blast out a fucking social and sell fucking that's the most fucking Winnipeg thing ever. Y'all motherfuckers don't know what a social is if you don't live here, but it's a wedding fundraising party. It's wild. Anyway, cool stuff. But yeah, hit me up. Those are my things to plug. And to be sincere, Sarah, is there anything? Do you have any shows or anything like that you want to throw people towards? I know that we. Yeah, I have some shows in early February. So if you're in Toronto and you want to see me do my very honest comedy, then follow me on Instagram at Real Sarah London, and you can get all the details there. This will be sort of the meetup for the hate group. The Kevin hate group will be at your comedy shows. You can
Also that, just let them know you're there for that, and they'll probably let you in free.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Promo code fuck Kevin.
Universal promo code any show going forward.
Kevin, And actually that works on like if you're going to Michael's or like pretty much any online retailer, right? You can type fuck or Kevin to get a discount.
There's no way.
I've been
true.
Yeah, tell a cashier.
Real, right?
It's kind of like the stonemasons. It's
Well, it's like when Galen Weston got rid of the 50% off.
Yeah.
They replaced the 50% off sticker with the fuck Kevin discount. But you actually have to pay more.
Yeah.
It's part of the psychology of making them hate you. You say, fuck Kevin, they go, you owe us 25% more.
Whoa. That's fascinating. So
that actually feels like it benefits me.
I can tell Kevin is lingering because he's waiting for like something to change. So the episode is over. Bye.
Oh, okay.